what is the secret of beauty? And I used to say minimal chic, glam with sexy hair. What I've learned also in the long run at Miss World was that we Indians are so insecure. Like the Miss India contest, I've seen a lot of nonsense happen backstage, but here, everyone was so professional. They all got along like a house on fire. Oh my God, the Fair and Lovely ads are playing, and still whether a mother-in-law wants a gori chikni bahu for her son, though her son might be like a fat, dark-looking man. I remember I'd gone to one of the senior most makeup artists of our country, and that time I said, I'd love to assist you. And he's saying, no, but you're so gay. I said, even you're gay just because you're married and you think people don't know about you. I said, how can you tell me that I'm gay? I said, in fact, you should be more supportive. Very grateful to all the brides of this world who work with me, or all the brides who are going to work with me, that today I am in Lodha World Stars is more because of my bridal work.
An iconic makeup artist once said, I believe that all women are pretty without makeup, but the right makeup can be pretty powerful. Our guest on this episode does exactly that. She empowers women with her amazing makeup and hairstyling skills. She has sculpted the faces of national and international brides and celebrities, and most recently worked on the Miss World beauty pageant that was held in Mumbai. She has had an unusual journey and has built a thriving career, and in many ways has manifested her success. Very excited to have with us on Buzz by the Bay prominent makeup artist, hair and fashion stylist Ojas Rajani.
Hi, darling.
Hi,
Lovely
Ojas.
meeting you. Finally, it happened.
Yes, finally, absolutely. I'm such an admirer of your work. It's great. I mean, I believe makeup can totally transform a person.
It's my parents' blessings and my hard work both.
So, I mean, your journey, of course, we're going to get into your journey and all, but I'd like to start with your very recent partnership with the Miss World beauty pageant that recently took place in Mumbai. The 71st Miss World. It came to India after almost 3 decades.
23 years.
How was your experience?
I think this was one of the most wonderful experiences because I think, I don't know if you know, I did the Dior show also, which happened last year.
Yes.
So I think the Dior team also had loved my work and they've written great reviews. And when Miss World was happening, Lubna Adams, a very famous choreographer, so she also spoke to the production house. She'd given umpteen number of names for makeup artists, and Endemol, the production house. So they had met me for a couple of shows because I've done a lot of shows with them. So they called me for an interview, and I think the international team had not come down that time, so we were on a Zoom call with them. And they didn't even ask me. They said, Ojas, we've researched you, we've Googled you, we know we've done Aishwarya, we've done Sushmita, you've done Lara Datta, you've done Diya Mirza, you've done Neha Dupyat, you've done Priyanka Chopra, Selena Jeti, you name it, all the Miss Indias and Miss Worlds, all Miss Universes have worked with me so much, touchwood. So I think that gave them a bonding, and they realized that they wanted one key person to handle hair and makeup.
Okay.
And I think I'm one of the only one when I started my makeup and hair career 29 years ago with Urmila's Rangeela, which created waves worldwide. So if you've seen my style of work, I've trained in Miami in America. So I've always liked from that time, from 29 years, you see the base, which I liked when you've done my class, you know, that I like it very less. And I like it very natural. Even if we're making somebody look fair, I don't like that very pasty look because somehow from childhood I never used to like that. And I used to always, go with mom for better to criticize, Mommy, look at her foundation, she's looking so grey. That time I had that akal, imagine, as a child. So I think I've stuck to my style, which is kind of, brought me today where I am. I was trained in America. We always had a, motto that, what is the secret of beauty? And I used to say minimal chic, glam with sexy hair and they think what comes to mind. So we used to, work backstage that time. If you've seen any of the Victoria's Secret Angel shows, it's the same thing that they're like angels, very ethereal, minimal makeup, very flush cheek, but very soft lips. I don't know, I have this thing that I don't like very dark lips, to be very honest. What I've learned also in the long run at Miss World was that we Indians are so insecure. Like the Miss India contest, I've seen a lot of nonsense happen backstage, but here, everyone was so professional. They all got along like a house on fire. They all were clicking pictures, videos. There was no groupism or bitching or backbiting. And time, I think respecting makeup artists, that coming on time, sitting, letting you shoot videos, pictures, giving testimonials. They didn't have to do that. As an artist, more than the money, you want that little love, from people, which is very important.
No, that love and that appreciation, like you said. So you and your team, so how many women did you work on?
120 girls.
120 girls. So how many of you in your team?
We were 42.
And these are this is your
My, so
team.
I run an hair and makeup academy. So I've trained more than 60,000 makeup artists and 60,000 hairdressers, because I've been doing this for 14 years. I have my own academy. And plus also I do make them do a lot of homeworks. I call them to the academy like a week before, make them jot down the look, not only in writing, but to do it physically and make me happy. Because I tell them if I'm happy, the world's going to be happy. Because I'm very anal, I'm a Virgo. So if you see I have OCD problem, I'm very anal about, perfection, be it makeup, be it hair. I also style clothes, if you know. So I have my brand called Chic Girly Web. So I feel that not only did they do it well, but also they felt so confident.
Super. You said something interesting, that the Indian contestants or Indian shows can be, people get a bit insecure. Why is that?
I don't know, it's really sad, but I've seen that happen more in India because I've trained abroad, I've worked abroad in the films also, I've done with Beyonce, J-Lo, Mariah Carey. I think maybe they're a little more, I think we Indians are spoilt maybe by our parents or by our co-workers, by companies, by production. I've worked with Sushmita Sen also abroad on a foreign film where Naomi Campbell was, and Naomi Campbell fired me in front of Sushmita. What if every 5 times you're coming in the mirror and all, you're distracting me? I said, but darling, in India, the heroines want every 10 minutes a mirror and what to do, you know what I'm saying? Or they want to puff. And there, once the makeup is done, like I've done Baywatch series that time, which Priyanka is now endorsing. So I remember once we did the makeup in for 3-4 hours, they don't even call you because they handle themselves. If the hair is like that, they know they have to do this. If they may sweat, they just do this. And that's the way it is. But I think we Indians are so spoiled to a certain extent. I think that confidence that which they have, we, I think, still lag somewhere.
Okay, well, that's interesting. You know, when you work on different nationalities, you get to know everybody's traits and things like that. And of course, this time, Miss Czech Republic won. And I saw, I think, your posts and everything with all the contestants. Very nice. Lovely. It must have been a great, a lot of thorough work, but a fun experience.
But it was worth it. It was worth it.
Absolutely. So, you know, with beauty pageants, they have come under a lot of criticism, especially a lot of feminist groups, you find, saying that, oh, aren't beauty pageants sexist, or aren't they outdated, or it's demeaning for women. Even recently, I've seen, like, you know, news reports and certain anchors and all who believe that, oh, why do we even have beauty pageants anymore? It's just the beauty industry that, you know, wants to promote itself, and it's a marketing ploy. And what do you make of all this?
I don't think, basically I feel the idea of beauty in India is very limited. But I was very happy and proud, like Sini Shetty. She's a South Indian, she's not very fair.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy she had come as Miss India and represented India as a bang, which is very nice because still we're in 2024, but still there's, oh my God, the Fair and Lovely ads are playing, and still whether her mother-in-law wants a gori chikni bahu for her son, though her son might be like a fat, dark-looking man. So I think statement of beauty, the idea of beauty is very kind of somewhere down the line, very limited in our country. Because you could be a beautiful person, you could have a beautiful personality by looking fair. For them, Aishwarya Rai is the only beautiful woman because she's fair, she's light-eyed, she's light hair, she's good figure. So their limitation is only that. But I think there are so many people who are beautiful. Smita Patil was a dusky, sultry beauty. Chitrangana, if you see her. And I think if you're fat or thin, how does it matter? It depends on how you carry yourself. I guess the idea of beauty has to evolve now.
So you think beauty contests are fine? I mean, you think, like, your personal view is, obviously, I mean, you've just...
I think it also opens up avenues and doors. I think for a Sini Shetty to be recognized, and see if you've seen most of our, not most, I think all the winners of Miss India have got a chance to be in Bollywood. You
spoke about the evolving concept of beauty. Often you see this bit of dichotomy or this contradiction. A lot of stars, Bollywood, Hollywood talk about, accepting yourself the way you are and being natural, but at the same time, at least here, people still want to be fair. People still take glutathione drips. People still
they all go to the knife, everything. But that is, I think, that is a part and parcel of this game. Because if you see, forget a Bollywood star, even if we put our pictures, oh, uska naak teda, uska ye aisa, uske pe. So I think because of Instagram or because of all the time media, see, Instagram's come now, Facebook's come from what, 7 years now?
Yeah.
But I think it's always that people have hawk eyes, whether it was Sridevi or a Madhuri or, Madhuri's pimple skin used to be talk of the town that time. They're not accepting that what a talented actress she is. The pressure, and plus being in this business, I think the business is very demanding. That you have to look perfect all the time. We fly, if you see when they're going, the paparazzis hound them on flights, yahan, wahan. So I think there is certain code that they have to be within that bracket.
No, the business is demanding, but you see that sort of that carry over even to a general population, right? It's not only stars now who want to look perfect. Like everybody.
But the population is being intimidated by the stars because everybody is a Bollywood buff worldwide.
At one level, it benefits the makeup industry.
Good for us, darling. We have more work happening.
It benefits the makeup industry. I mean, right now, I was reading figures. It's $8.1 billion, the Indian makeup beauty industry, and it's expected to grow to some astronomical figure like $18.4 billion.
Wow.
You know, in about 8-9 years. So that's good, right? I mean, I suppose
good for us.
It's definitely good. What is your makeup philosophy? You said about being subtle, and so is that basically what it is? Like less is more?
I would always say less is more from the time I've started my career. I always believe in being a destiny's child, which I truly feel I am, because I remember, you know, people talk about manifesting now, but my mom was a Brahma Kumari, so from childhood we manifested. And like I said, I suddenly got Urmila. Imagine I used to be a male model, and when I came back, I went and met some photographer and showed off. They said Urmila is looking for a makeup artist, and I went and met, and Rangeela happened, and all her movies happened. I got Aishwarya's Coke ad happening. From the Coke ad, I got her movies.
Yeah.
Now, I had worked with Aishwarya and Urmila. On the other hand, I used to always watch MTV. You know, there used to be a show called MTV Grind on Sundays when Malaika was on the ball in the pool and Guy Ritchie, all the latest when that was the time when music was to the T, music videos were like bang on. And I used to always say, my God, I worked with everybody, how come not got a chance to work with her? And there I get a call the next day from Mr. Sanjeev Sharma, Palette Communications and Optimistic Films, and he's saying, oh, there's good news that we've always worked together and we want you, but bad news that Malaika wants you, but to style her costume, not to do her hair and makeup. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go and meet her. I'm sure God will, you know, I had that confidence in me. It was a 3-day shoot. And Mr. Anil Mehta is a very senior cameraman.
Yeah.
He's saying, oh, just 12 baja hai, and he's saying, makeup mein koi dum nahi lag raha. I said, maine nahi kiya, don't tell me anything. He's saying, can't you go and tell the makeup artist to kind of refine it? So we go back to the makeup room and had to be the villain because they said, oh, just you'll have to be the villain. We don't have the guts to tell Malaika anything. So I said, Malaika, the makeup and hair is not happening. So can they do a little more socketing? And this is what we talked about 24 years ago, imagine. Yeah. So she somewhere down there lost it, you know. And she's like, oh, this you think you know it very well. Why didn't you do it? I said, okay, wash your face. And I thought she'll give me one slap when I said that, but she actually let me do her makeup and hair.
Wow.
And her team was sent home and I did the hair and makeup for the ad. It was called Dum Pan Masala. And that worked out. And after that, worked with her so many films. I've done more than 3 world tours with her.
World tours, wow.
So we worked so much together, and again, like I said, it worked in my favor because I was the makeup artist who do hair and makeup, you know.
You said you're destiny's child. Like why? Why do you feel that?
Because, like I'll tell you what, I was very good in school and college, academically. I remember when I came to the 11th standard, I studied from Sydney, which is one of the top colleges of India. And I used to model that time. I showed some pictures, get a heart attack. So I used to be a male model, done quality ice cream. That time I used to get 25,000 rupees for doing show windows for Sheetal Design Studio at Crawford Market, Rupam, Inter Plaza, Glitterati at Kempscon, if you remember, Mischief, Shetty's. And suddenly, I used to be this nightclub queen who used to love going Saturday night to 1900 at the Taj.
Yes.
My father wanted me to start taking up a part-time because everybody, you know, that time in college, there was a fashion that they go to college, but they go to office hours and then in the evening they go out. So I told my father, give me a day, I'm sure someone will come up to me. And on Saturday night, I meet Sunil Shetty. And I said, you know what, I'd love to work in here. So he's saying, seriously, come tomorrow. And I go the next morning and his fiancée, Mana, that time, she fell in love with me, saying, oh, just, you're on the job. So my father was very anti me getting into hair and makeup, Gujarati family, imagine. And I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I worked as a CA for 1 year.
In your father's office?
No, I went to my father's friend's office. I used to go from town to Andheri. And I worked for 6 months and I came home one day crying. I said, Papa, I can't, because they were very homophobic. So I was like, Papa, I can't take this shit. I can't be like the double standard, so I'm not going to work. He's saying, okay, fine, you take a week's time, decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
My mom said, okay, my sister's in Miami, why don't you start joining this course and blah, blah, and do your makeup thing over there. And it all fell in place.
So you said you went from being a model, male model, to
a CA.
A CA.
To a makeup artist.
To a makeup artist.
So
wow.
I guess,
and you made a big name for yourself.
And luckily, like I said, I always did what I loved. My passion was fashion. So I used to love doing clothes from child for my sister. I used to hit her also, no, you have to wear this, you have to do this. Or when that time people called me pansy and FM, but I think those traits only today brought me where I am, right? So I stuck to what I am, and from childhood, to my mom, like my sister would say, okay, lie about it, but I'll say, no, this is the way I am, take it or leave it. And I used to tell my mom, I cannot be like how other people are, like I have a lot of gay friends who are married with children. I said, no, I cannot do that. That's just not me. I cannot lie about anything.
So parents were very supportive.
Yeah, touch wood. I think my parents were my pillar of strength because my father ran my accounts, my investments. My mother used to come with me on shoots so many times. Remember when the union I'm talking about 20 years ago, the union was formed where makeup artists can be men and hairdressers can be girls. And they said, we won't give you a card. And I said, "Aap kyun nahi denge?" I said, you know, and they stopped me. Sushmita's one shoot. So Sushmita said, "Aap ro ke dikhao jisko." She said, "Aapki industry hairdressers ko hair karna nahi aata. She does a fabulous job. How can you stop her?" And once I told my mom comes into the union, she came to the union and there was this lovely Marathi man and he just felt so, like so loved to me. And he's saying, "What happened, Ojas beta?" I said, "Dekho na uncle, ye log mera nahi de." And my mom said, "I'm a Brahma Kumari." And suddenly it was so done. He's saying, "No, no, don't worry, I'm giving the card." And he gave me the card without any issues.
Okay.
So like always said, life has always planned, there were tests and trials and, you know, tests happening all the time. But I think there was also a way that God knew how to kind of, you know.
So you had to navigate that. You had to navigate a bit of the homophobia, a bit of the
I guess that is everywhere.
Like that. Yeah.
But like I said, like I worked with Channel V as a stylist also. There also there was somebody who was very mean to me.
Oh.
But I guess things come around if you are, you know, ready to face it. I guess you can't run away from problems. You know, most of the time we try to run away or find shortcuts.
And you're a trailblazer, right? I mean, you broke a lot of norms, right? Back 29 years ago when you started. I mean, what a lot of people wouldn't have dared to do, you did.
And that's what I said, that why also would say is Rashida, because I remember I'd gone to one of the senior most makeup artists of our country, and that time I said, "I'd love to assist you." And he's saying, "No, but you're so gay." I said, "Even you're gay just because you're married and you think people don't know about you." I said, "How can you tell me that I'm gay?" I said, "In fact, you should be more supportive." But this is how, like I was saying, how Indian people are, like, you know.
You do a lot of brides as well, right? I mean, that is one of your USPs. Now this whole bridal makeup and weddings are just getting more and more prominence with what we saw now in the pre-wedding of Anand Ambani in Jamnagar. And then everybody's talking about who the makeup artist is, who the stylist is, who the designer, who did the jewelry. I mean, it's like giving a boost to every other industry around.
Of course.
So this is just, do you feel this is just going to get bigger and bigger now?
Definitely, because like I said, people always want to know who's done this wedding or who's done that wedding. It also gets you a lot of love from the fraternity, be it wedding planners, be it wedding decorators. Even they recommend, or mehendi artists. I've seen some say, "Oh, just Kolena." So I guess, yes, it just opens up more opportunities for people. And sometimes what happens is sometimes people were not getting noticed, but now because of this, they get noticed.
Right. So do you still do a lot of Bollywood shoots?
So I do in a year just one Bollywood shoot. I now basically try and set up looks for maybe it's a web series or a film. But I personally do not go on like a one-year film. If it's like a 10-day shoot or a song shoot or an ad shoot, I'm still around. Okay. But like if it's a full film, obviously they find my budget's also very high.
To make a name for yourself and to stick around is not easy, and you've managed to do that.
But I guess if you're passionate and you love what you do, I mean, like I remember Malaika and Aishwarya always say that if we call Ojas in the middle of the night to do a makeup, and if she's in a half asleep, she'll do a good job. So there are articles about Aishwarya on Mumbai Mirror saying that, "Oh my God, she rejects a foreign makeup artist, insists on me for the film Action Replay for Vipul Shah." Because Vipul Shah is a little stingy. He didn't want to call me for the film, but luckily she said, "No, I want Ojas, so I'm not doing the film."
So do you still do for Aishwarya and
Right
Malaika
now, I don't think she's doing much anyway. So whenever she calls, we're always there.
So may I ask you, what do you charge for a bride?
So my starting price in Mumbai is 1 lakh rupees. Per function. This
per
is hair
function.
And makeup.
Wow, okay.
And I think I'm very reasonable because there are so many makeup artists who charge 5 times more than me in Bombay.
Really? I'm clearly very out of touch with the industry.
And they're newcomers, they're relatively newcomers. But then yes, they have a support system of wedding planners who love them. So it's 1 lakh for Mumbai, and if it's outstation, I charge 2 lakhs a function. Because what happens if I'm outstation, I'm missing any other lucrative offers which would come. Say that I'm very grateful to all the brides of this world who work with me, or all the brides who are going to work with me, that today I am in Lodha World Stars is more because of my bridal work.
So you also have a very successful business. So other than doing makeup, you have an academy, right? And you teach?
Yes. So I teach from 14 years, and like I said, I've trained more than 60,000 makeup artists out there. And I feel very privileged because I think there are so many people, like just the other day in the morning I was talking to some lady who's from Vashi, who it's like a pinch for her to pay my fee. So we definitely offer them scholarships or discounts also.
Okay, that's
but again, like I said, through them, you build so many, good people around you, and some of them become like family. All this is blessings. I feel right from your brides to your students to your parents. And I feel if you've done good, only good will happen.
So spiritual upbringing has obviously helped you a lot.
Thankfully.
And probably helped you through challenging times or any feeling of discrimination or people being...
Yeah, because I feel initially I used to feel very hurt, whether it was school, college or whatever. Even till date, a lot of people do
You
do
still
name
feel
shaming.
this? Yeah.
But now it doesn't bother me because I even on social media tell them that God bless you, that aapko sadbuddhi de, because that's what I tell on social media every day, that Bhagwan sabko sadbuddhi de, because the minute you start loving one another, there'll be so much of less bitterness in life.
And do you feel that you support or encourage people who may have been through the same trials you've been through?
Yes, yes, definitely. In fact, I tell so many of my team members that it's so easy for you all today, that today even the law is with you. There's no criminal law saying that you're gay.
Yeah.
But when we started off,
Yes.
it was like a big social taboo.
Yeah.
So, so many places you were like a little, people would boycott you for being gay, let's face it, you know.
Yeah.
And I know that I've studied from Sydney, had all the rich billionaires from my college, but that time I remember some people would not be very friendly. And today, because I'm a name to identify, they've all said, oh wow, we're my college friend, oh let's do this, let's do that. I've said, really? Where were you lost all these years?
Oh my God.
But now I feel I
LGBT
travel every month, it's open so much, everywhere people are so respectful, right from a taxi driver would call you ma'am to, being very sweet to you or whatever, which is really a blessing,
Yeah. So may I ask you about identity? You identify now as
a woman.
As a woman, right.
So my only problem, my voice is a giveaway, if you know what I mean. If I won't open my mouth, people will still not be able to tell if I'm a guy or a girl. It's like that.
But you look very glamorous. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm sure you're a wonderful male model also, but you look very glamorous,
Thank you.
Lastly, just have a little bit of a makeup hack section. What's a good makeup hack to make yourself look younger?
Again, I would say less is more, and I would feel that if you want to look younger, take away the kajal off. Do not wear kajal. Do not do any, lines under the lash line. Normally, people like to put browns or blacks or whatever under the lash line, but that makes you look even more older. And what happens? Age always starts showing from this area, the under eye. So the more you leave it bare, it looks youthful, softer. The more you play around with it, adds age to your face.
Very interesting.
And that is a very good trend. If you see Kiara Advani to Anushka Sharma, they only smudge their liners on top. They barely do anything on the lower lash line. And also I feel a more flush look, right? So we all want to look fair and beautiful. But I think more of a flush cheek look always adds youthful. Because if you see a Barbie has lovely cheeks and pink. Yeah, pink or peach depending on your skin tone.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel peach works great on a dusky tone, whereas a fair, people can carry pink and peach both.
A makeup mistake you should never make, according to you.
Do not experiment last minute before going for a function with any of the lip colors that you've not tried before. Or do not try to, kind of play with a hairstyle which you're not very comfortable, because if the last minute you don't have time to correct it, there's no time for nothing. Also, a lot of makeup fox pass that happens is that if you've started using less, yes, we have time to put more, but if you put more, there's no time to do anything for that. Start with a slower motion and then, start building whatever you need to build.
Okay, interesting. Last hack, a makeup trend, a current makeup trend that you love right now.
I think baking has become very great, and I think not only for brides or actors, but even for day-to-day people, because we all have a oily T-zone, or sometimes we have fine lines showing on our under eye in minutes. So the minute you bake your face very well, so bake and contouring has been a big kind of a thing, not now, but from yesteryear, but suddenly just on trend because of social media and YouTube. And contouring really works because contouring comes in, again, peachy colors, pinks, a little more natural brown. Everybody gets scared that contouring means those dark brown colors. I said, not necessarily. Contouring is just an angle. So like I told you, blush. So if you put it in a right angle, it gives that lovely lifting moment, you know. So I think, and it's a very feel-good situation, because when you feel good, you feel more confident.
Yes,
and when you feel good, you look good, and then you feel confident. But the day you're not feeling good, how much ever you might have God coming into your makeup, nothing will help you with that.
No, makeup definitely can make you feel quite powerful,
And also it can boost you and elevate your mood if you had a bad day or late night or whatever, something personal bothering you, whatever, it just elevates you.
It does. So baking as in with a powder, like a translucent or any fixing
Or especially
powder.
get baking powders also, which are very
baking
easy
powders.
to use.
Okay, lovely.
Huda Beauty has some stunning baking powders.
Nice. Okay, and if you don't mind, if we could get a quick on-the-go tutorial.
Sure, love to.
I have a palette.
Oh wow, love to. All right, so she has a lovely eyes which are bare, but I think her USP is her eyes, because she has lovely brown tone eyes and she has a lot of space. What I mean is a lot of people don't have space, so how much of her eyeshadow nothing shows, but with her, she has this fantastic space. So I'm going to try to use a lovely shimmery color in the lids.
I'm excited.
And if you see, this is very popularly done by Deepika, this kind of a color tone which she normally does. Okay. So again, like I'm showing, I'm using a lovely shimmery color on the lid. like a frosty brown, which Deepika Padukone normally, uses it a lot. Open your eyes and you go till the crease line. So this is the crease line, that's your Lakshman Rekha, which you do not cross.
I like
then
that.
I'm using a little bit of browns on the crease line, or you call it either the socket line. Open your eyes. I always like to have the eyes open when I'm drawing the socket because it kind of helps me to build the color properly and blend it. Then I'm taking an empty brush and softening it. So what happens is gives your eyes a little more erect shape and your eyes look more, you don't look droopy. It removes any droopiness in the eye because if you see this natural crease line that God has given us, it works beautifully. Look up, Ella. And slight, I'm going to flick it out because everybody, if you notice nowadays, loves elongated eyes, Nobody wants rounded, gothic looking eyes. So, God forbid if you have rounded eyes, you can slightly elongate it from the sides. So there I'm using like a little wine color. So it's browns and wines, if you notice what colors I've used, and the shimmery brown. Then I'm using a little softer highlighter. So I'm taking this pearl color highlighter just on the brow bone. And then I'm going to take a thinner brush just to give it a little smoke lash lines. Imagine in 3 minutes is your smoky eyes are ready. So you see this lovely V shape happening on the outer edge is what is giving her eyes that nice precision. And now we're going to use mascara to give it more drama.
Okay.
So first we do on the top of the lashes and then we go from the bottom and again tap the mascara gently so it gives you volume and separation. Look down on it. You see the difference in one eye and the other, just that mascara has even created more of the tail or the outer eyeshadow that have created like a V shape. And the trick is just to tap the mascara on the lashes. So see how much drama the lashes are. So it's all the power of the eyes to stay gorgeous.
Thank you so much, Ojas.
Oh my God.
I thoroughly enjoyed interviewing you.
Likewise.
And wow, I get like makeup done by Ojas Rajani. Of course, only the eyes, but...
Oh my God, I wish you told me we would have done the full face. Next interview,
Next
we'll do a
time.
full face. And we show a full tutorial. We'll come up with a full tutorial, I promise you.
Yes, we have to leave something for next time. But just lovely talking to you. You have such a great energy. Thank you so much for being on Buzz by the Bay.
God bless you.